community at the university is 24/7. There is no break. You don't have a door to shut because you have a roommate that shares the same room with you. It is a 24/7 community. This is very different from a local church. So the needs here are also very different.
Constantly bombarded with this like negativity and like secular like ideas and concepts that I was able to avoid in high school.
First I had this mindset of like, oh, I'm going to go to the parties and everything like that.
And I had to walk back in and I was like, I'm coming in. And so they were like on top of each other and it was so uncomfortable. But
you meet a lot of people in your hall and your roommates. And
I had nights where I've locked myself kind of in my room, not really, but just because the conversations that people around me just casually have.
When I came to college, I was a little nervous to be like on my own, independent.
I'd be so lonely. I'm homesick.
College is all about growing experiences.
I never really connected with Jesus.
I feel like here people are, searching for their faith because you're out of your parents' home, so you're searching for like your own like individual thoughts, not necessarily what your parents believe.
I've heard stories about like a lot of people who were Christians and then they didn't find a church during their college career, and so they kind of like fell back on their beliefs and everything, and so I didn't want it to happen.
And the need for a body of believers who are active and caring and walking with you throughout every day, moment by moment, is critical and an awesome opportunity.
For me, it was actually a huge relief because I wanted to find a church on campus and I wanted to get involved with other students.
It's easy to feel isolated as a believer.
You're going to school with people who, are growing in the same faith you are, so, you see them in the sidewalks here.
As we lift up our hands, really mean us here. As we call your name, really mean us here.
I heard worship music that I recognized, so I just kind of followed it, and then I was able to talk with students.
As we come to this place.
And so we have students, freshmen, sophomores, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds who are literally not only like making a church happen, but they're also caring for the needs of the people in that church.
it makes it where it's not just a church, it's more of a group of people and it's more of like a community, because like if it was just church we would only see each other for like 2 hours a week and that would be it, and you can't really get to know each other when it's like 2 hours a week and it's like 5 minutes congregation time.
So it really gave me an opportunity to grow in my faith, but also to get to know other people.
They kept on being persistent about just seeing how I was doing, really cared for who I am.
Make connections with people who are actually in the same place as me, like, meant a lot more than going off somewhere, and so it was like really convenient.
Having a church on campus, like, puts you in this community.
Having that, it was easier to relate to people and it was easier to get to know people, like I can pray for you, you can pray for me, and stuff like that.
Kind of got plugged into a worship team.
The events that we've had, just like barbecues or just the carnival or ice cream social, where we get to kind of meet each other, get to know each other one-on-one, and it's just, it makes it where it's not just a church, it's more of a group of people and it's more of like a community.
It helped me find like who I am, what I'm all about.
The friendships that I've made have become like family and stuff like that.
Will you be a part of this great community that we have here?